Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. This is Funmibi here again with a new tutorial. In today's video we are going to be talking about everything that I believe a luxury beader must have in order to kick off their business. I come on here a lot of times talking about beading, embellishment, accessorization, but I've never really sat down to tell us the things that I believe we must all have in order to be able to bead, embellish, accessorize designs for people or designs for ourselves without any stress. If you'll be interested in knowing all of the things that I believe you must have in your collection in order to be able to start off beading as a business or as just a side hustle, please make sure you watch this video all the way through. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you're yet to subscribe, like this video, share with a friend. All right guys, let's get straight into the reason why we are here today. Let's go. I'm going to be moving through a lot of these things very quickly. For those that have been subscribed to this channel for a while, I don't think there's anything that I'll talk about on here that I've not already shown us in previous videos. For those that are new here, hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Funmibi Olawore. I like to come on here talking about fashion design, embellishments, beading. I just like to talk all things fashion. Fashion is something I'm very passionate about, and I like to share that passion with you all on here on the channel. I have a tutorial called beading playlist or beading tutorial playlist on here on the channel. Feel free to go ahead to binge watch all the videos that I have under that playlist. You don't have to binge watch it in one day. You can just dedicate time when you feel like learning or just seeing things that I do on here relating to beading. Devote that time to watching that playlist in order to basically see some of the things that I'll be talking about in today's video or just learning how to use them. The first item that I believe a luxury beader or a beader in general needs to have is what we call beading needle. I have my beading needle right here with me. I'm just going to show us what it looks like. So this right here is what we call a beading needle. They come in different sizes. I've talked about the sizing and how to choose the right beading needle for what type of project that you're trying to work on. I've talked about it in a different video. I'll do my best to link that video on the screen. Feel free to go check it out if it's something that you want to learn about. Another thing that we need is threads. We need different types of thread. You need your fishing line, invisible thread, polyester thread, any thread that you can lay your hands on, get it. You would most likely need it as a beader. Another thing that we need is body form or mannequins. I personally do not own a body form because I don't do beading as a business just yet. Most of the beadings that I need to do don't require me to own a body form. Maybe in the future when I decide to expand my business in beading, I might decide to invest into a body form. But if you're a fashion designer, if you make dresses for people, a body form is something that I believe that you need to own in order to make fabulous outfits for people. If you're just starting off, you might say, oh, I cannot afford to buy a body form just yet, but let it be something that you're looking to buy at some point as you go along in your business. A mannequin as well for displaying your work, displaying the dresses that you've made and you want to take pictures of or just show off on the internet or wherever you choose to show it off. A mannequin is also something that you really need. Another item that I believe a luxury beader should have is a tambour ring and a tambour stand. I'll do my best to put a picture of what this looks like on the screen. I've come on here to show us different sizes of tambour rings that I've used in different videos. For those that are new here, like I said before, go ahead to check out my beading tutorial playlist. I have a lot of videos on there where I've talked about beading and things relating to beading, and I've used tambour rings multiple times on the channel. A tambour stand as well is very important, especially if your beading is something that you do consistently, in order to avoid body aches and back aches that come with beading and just sitting down and moving around. When it comes to embellishment, you should totally get a tambour stand in order to just hold your tambour ring in place and allow your beading process move seamlessly. Another thing that I believe we need as beaders are beads. You can't call yourself a beader without working with beads. And when it comes to beading, don't be afraid to buy different types of beads and try them out. For those that used to watch my beading tutorials back in the day, you know that there's hardly any type of bead that I've not come on here to use in sharing tutorials with you all. I have a video talking specifically about different types of beads how to know them, where to find them, how to buy them. If you want to know about that as well, I have that video under my beading tutorial playlist. Again, that tutorial playlist is very, very, very valuable, especially for people that are just starting off and learning how to bead. Okay, so buy different types of beads: pearls, sugar beads, broken glass beads, pipe beads, rice beads. Buy them all and start to practice with them and work with them. And when I say buy them all, I don't mean waste money. If you don't see yourself using them just yet, you can just hold off on it. When you get an order maybe from a client that requires you to buy those types of beads, you can now go ahead to buy them. But if you have spare change and you want to just practice using those beads, you can just buy them in small quantity. You don't have to buy a big bag of that type of bead. You can just buy them in cups, try them out, see how you like them, kind of test them out before you now start to get customers reaching out to you to use those types of beads. You also need your rhinestones, your croc stones, claw stones, all the stones that you can think of, any type of gem or accessory or stone that you think you would need when it comes to embellishing clothes, especially if you're the kind of person that wants to get into luxury embellishments, proper embellishment that when people see your customers wearing outfits that you've embellished from 100 miles away, they can see the outfit just sparkling and shining. Those stones are very important. You need your rhinestones, particularly Swarovski rhinestones. They stand out, they shine a lot. I've talked about Swarovski stones, I've talked about plastic stones, regular stones. I have all of them on this channel. So this channel, I have over 300 videos on this channel, and if I do say so myself, every video that I share on this channel is valuable. So if you are new here, don't be afraid. You'll most likely get addicted to the videos on this channel. So make sure you watch them just so you are up to speed with all the things that we've done just before you found out about this channel. Another thing that you will need as a luxury beader is your pin cushion. And when I say pin cushion, it's just something that you can stick your pin into, because when it comes to beading, you work with a lot of needles and pins and stuff like that, and those things can become dangerous over time if they're not properly taken care of. For me personally, I used to use like this foam types of sponge and just stick my pins in those types of, you know, foam sponge. But if you don't have those, go on Amazon, go on Jumia, go on any website wherever you're located and just buy a pin cushion. I'm going to put the spelling of pin cushion on the screen. You can also find pin cushions on AliExpress. It's something that you can just make for yourself. You can just cut a piece of foam that is relatively thick and just start to stick your pins in those, just so your pins are not dropping and piercing you, and you step on your pin, it can become very, very messy from there. Another thing that you need is your soldering iron, and I've used soldering iron on here a lot of times, and particularly when it comes to working with appliques, panels and things relating to that type of embellishment. You need your soldering iron just for melting off nets and fabric that might be attached to those appliques, and just allow the attachment of those appliques on your fabric or outfits to allow it to become seamless and just easy. You need your soldering iron. You need your soldering iron for a plethora of things. I've used soldering irons quite a lot on this channel. Soldering irons, just like pins as well, are very, 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 very dangerous. So it's also something that you need to be very, very careful with. If you choose to go into this line of work and you choose to buy them, make sure you're not leaving them plugged carelessly. Make sure that when they are hot, you don't leave them just lying around carelessly. It's something that you need to pay a lot of attention to. You also need to get a stone applicator. I saw a recent video that Vicky James posted of an outfit that she wore, I think for the Thanksgiving of her marriage to her husband. There was a part of the video where we saw like her people just embellishing the blouse that she wore with that outfit, and they were using those stone applicators to attach the rhinestone onto the dress. I'm going to leave a screenshot or a footage of what I'm talking about on the screen. So those stone applicators, when I was in Port Harcourt, I believe Mr. Okoro used to sell them for 4,000 naira back then, or 4,500. I'm not quite sure. Right now, seeing the way inflation is set up, I don't know how much is sold right now, but just Google stone applicator. If you decide to buy it on Jumia or Amazon or AliExpress, you can also find stone applicators on AliExpress. It allows, when it comes to attaching rhinestones in particular to outfits, it allows it to be very seamless and easy, and it's also dangerous because it starts to heat up. It's also something that you should be very careful with if you choose to purchase them. Another thing that you would need is fabrics, okay? If you're bidding on fabrics, especially when it comes to practicing as well. You can just buy different samples of fabrics, try to bid on them, see how the bidding goes, so you also start to learn, right? Don't wait till when a customer brings ASOOKE for you before you learn how to bid on ASOOKE. While you're praying and hoping and putting yourself out there for people to notice you and start to patronize you, practice with different types of fabric, practice with illusion net, practice with hard net, practice with organza, practice with different types of fabric, and see how bidding on them tends to go, so that when you now get a proper order or when you get a proper outfit that you need to bid on, you know what to do. So you need to have fabrics in your collection. You also need a storage space and storage containers. For me personally, when I was, when I had my stuff with me, a lot of my things, my bidding things are still in Nigeria. I'm hoping to ship them at some point down here. I don't know how that's going to work, but I have some of those with me. I came with quite a number of things. So I used to have these little containers where I used to store my beads in. So whatever you choose to store your stuff in, I can get storage containers anywhere. Like I bought these storage containers from Massive Market, but you can get online. You can buy like sets of these types of storage containers on Amazon, on whatever platform that it is that you have in whatever country you're located in, and just have your tools stored in them. You can store your stones, your rhinestones, your beads, your croc stones, whatever. Here in this container I have like my beading needles and stuff like that, different types of accessories stored in this container. So these things, they are non-negotiable, because where do you want to keep your beads? You have to get containers, right? So I saw a video, I'm going to put a footage of it as well, where Vicky showed where she stores her beads in her business. Okay, you also need something like a shelf as well, especially when you start to expand your collection and you have lots of beads just lying around and constituting a nuisance. You might need to have a carpenter create some kind of shelf where you can start to just store those beads, and it also makes your work easy, because all you need to do is just, you have your beads displayed, you're just going to grab the bead that you need and you're going ahead with your work, right? All of these things in the long run are supposed to make your life easy as you start to create designs and stuff for people. I also need a storage space as well, depending on how much space you have in your location. When I was in Port Harcourt, I was using my dining room literally for all my work, and I was in the guest room as well. I used to store my beads in a closet of some sort in my guest room, and some part of my dining room I used to store stuff. I used to just store things all over the place in that house. Honestly, my husband was tired of me, right? So you need storage spaces as well. You need storage containers and all of these things. Everything, please take note that everything I'm saying here is not something that you need to get in one day. A lot of the things that I own now when it comes to the work that I do, especially with sharing content on YouTube, I didn't get them in one day. Even when I moved from Nigeria here, it took me about how many months? Like 5 months to get the lights that I have now. I finally got lights. That's why I'm able to sit down here and film and kind of be in the Zoom again, right? It took me a couple of months to get my lights. I gave out most of those things when I was in Nigeria before coming here. So pace yourself. Don't now say because Funmibi has given you a list of 30 things to buy, you want to buy them in one day. If you have the money, feel free to do it. But if you don't have the money, don't beat yourself up. Start to buy them gradually. How am I stuttering? Start to buy them gradually until you are able to just have all the things that you need. I feel like you never really have all that you need every single time. Even if you have 1,000,001 things, you still feel like there's still something I've not bought, right? So don't beat yourself up. I said all of that to say, don't feel pressure to buy all of these things in one day. Do it gradually, and it will start to make sense. Another thing that you need as a luxury beader is fabric pencil and chalk. If you choose to go the fabric pencil way, I've talked about fabric pencil a lot of times on this channel. I've talked about fabric pencil multiple times. Well, yes, I use fabric pencils a lot of time. I've seen people in different videos saying, oh, what's that thing that you're using there? Let me just show you people. I did not want to stand up before, but let me just show you my fabric pencil. I think I have it close by here. This is what a fabric pencil looks like. I have them in different colors. I think I have about 6, and I got this set of 6 from AliExpress for maybe like $3 or $2. It was not expensive at all. And the person that made me discover these items in the first place was Vicky James. There was a particular video, me, when I'm learning from somebody, I don't have to be in your comment section saying, what is that? If I see something on your page, I'll take a screenshot, run a search on Google for it to give me the name of the thing. So for people that always feel the need to drop 1,000,001 questions in the comment section of people, sometimes those people, for whatever reason, they probably cannot see your comments, or they are just busy and don't have the time. If you genuinely truly want to know something, take it upon yourself to find out what it is. Don't wait till someone comes to spoon feed you all the time. So these fabric pencils, you can use them in place of your chalk. Let me show us what tailoring chalk is. Even though if you call yourself a tailor, you should know what tailoring chalk is. So this is what a chalk is, this is what a fabric pencil is. These two things very important, especially when it comes to beading, because before you start to bead, you need to have drawn your pattern. That's a rule of thumb on this channel. I've said it multiple times. Don't just be beading carelessly. Have your outlines drawn on your fabric or whatever it is that you're trying to bead, so that you are following those outlines and then you are able to bead neatly. That's where that whole issue of fashion illustration too comes from. If you've illustrated what it is that you're trying to design, when you see those illustrations that you've done on your phone, your tab, whatever device it is, or you have even drawn out with your hand, because you can also do hand sketching. I'm going to do a video on fashion illustration in a different tutorial, but when you have illustrated what you want to do, these pencils or this chalk is what you now use to draw those illustrations on your actual fabric and start to create your designs, right? So fabric pencil, fabric chalk is something that you need as a beader. Don't be beading carelessly. You also need stationery, your markers, your biro, pencil, just for hand sketching, right? If you need to draw something, especially when you're not sure of how you want the shape to turn out, you need a pencil to do the rough sketch on a piece of paper until you now see the bigger picture and you're sure of what you're trying to achieve. Okay, so as a beader, you need to have your stationery game on point. Eraser, sharpener, pencil, biro, marker. Get them. You also need your pattern paper or cardboard. For me personally, when I was in Nigeria, I used to use cardboard, especially for my patterns, because I wanted them to be in such a way that I can use them multiple times. If I'd used the paper for this kind of pattern, for example, by now the paper will be all rumpled and maybe I won't be able to use it anymore. But with these cardboards, I can use them and keep them and reuse and reuse and reuse. So depending on what you choose to use, if you want to use a pattern paper or a cardboard like me, do so and get those going. Another thing that you need is your glue gun or fabric glue. Glue gun and glue sticks, they are husband and wife. You cannot use glue gun without your glue stick. You cannot use your glue stick without your glue gun, in my opinion. So make sure that you have those as well, especially when it comes to like maybe filling empty spaces on an outfit that you've embellished. You need those glue guns for sticking stones or beads or pearls, flat bottom pearls. For people that are new on here, please go and watch all my tutorials again. I know I've said it multiple times, but in case of questions, because I feel like certain questions will come out of these videos, but if you watch those previous tutorials, you tend to understand what I'm saying. I'm also going to try to start doing like little clips and footage of certain things that I believe will be valuable, especially for people that are finding the channel newly. I'm going to try my best to start editing clips, bite sizes, like maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes long videos, to just showcase certain things that would help people understand some of the tutorials that I come on here with better. But glue stick and glue gun, very important. Fabric glue, if that's the path that you choose to take, very important as well. You also need a good chair, because I'm not going to lie to you guys, beading can be very, very exhausting, especially on your waist and your back. You need to get a good chair, okay? Make sure that the chair that you're using for your work is comfortable. It's not giving you back pains. The table you're using as well, make sure it's a good size table that you can spread outfits on, spread things on, arrange your tools on if you need to, and just make your work very easy. I'm a strong believer in making your life easy, because if you don't take care of you, who will, right? Make sure that you are working in a way that you don't feel stressed out and just more tired than you should be, right? So get a good work table, a good work chair. If it's also tools that you choose to use, whatever it is, whatever furniture that it is that you want to use as a work tool for yourself, make sure that they are good quality and they are comfortable on your body, okay? Don't get stiff back or stiff neck just because you're a beader. Make sure that you're getting things that are comfortable for you and makes your life very easy while you are working. Another thing that is coming last, even though it should have come earlier on, is also copper wires. I've talked about copper wires on here, and it's basically for wire work. We've seen that a lot of times when it comes to embellishments now, fashion designers are not playing. Gone are the days that when it comes to beading, all that you know is to be sewing beads on cloth. Now they're putting wire work on clothes, and the outcomes are also very phenomenal. So you should also get your wires. I've talked on here as well about copper wires, their sizes, how to choose them, pros and cons of working with copper wire. I have a whole video on that. I'll do my best to put about 5 valuable videos on the show notes, so at different points in time they might show up on the top left or top right corner of the screen. If you want to see the 5 videos that I've linked in this video, scroll down to the bottom of the description bar. You will see 5 videos on there. Feel free to watch them just to better understand everything that I've shared in today's video. This list is not exhaustive. It's not something that you can run out of. Your needs will keep popping up, like I said before. So depending on what you need per time as you go along in your business, feel free to get them. If you don't have the means, feel free to basically draw up a plan on how you're going to save in order to be able to afford those items. I hope we all enjoyed watching today's video. My hand has hit my mic multiple times. I hope it doesn't affect the sound, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. If you did, please give me a big fat thumbs up. If you found it valuable, comment value down in the comment section. The comment for today is value. I've forgotten to be telling you guys the comment of the day. Okay, so comment value down in the comment section if you enjoyed watching. If you have questions as well, feel free to drop those in the comment section. If you've not liked this video, please do well to like, share, subscribe, and yeah, friends, I can't wait to see you all in another video very, very soon. Bye.